Hey guys, welcome to the deep dive. Today we have an interesting stock for you, a little bit different than normal. I'm not sure how long this video is going to go. It could be, I'm a little nervous about the chart. You'll see why. But we are looking at today ACR, which is actually a REIT. Acres Commercial Realty Corp. It used to be known as Exantis Capital Corp. They're a real estate investment trust REIT focused on the origination, holding, and management of commercial real estate mortgage loans and other commercial real estate related debt investments in the United States. They invest in commercial real estate related assets, including floating, fixed rate, first mortgage loans, first priority interest in first blah, 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 blah. Any way you look at it, this is not a usual candidate for breakouts and really steep runs higher. You usually wouldn't go to a REIT, but this one does have a very nice move. So we're going to go through it bar by bar and see if we can make some hypothetical trades that net us some positive. Right away, I'm seeing it's having some nice flags in this area. You can see this is a very nice flag here. Then it pops up 30% in just a couple days. So really liking that. It has another sideways move, pop up, sideways move. And Chris Kolamagi is just so right that when a stock is under accumulation, this is how it moves. And you can see it's riding the 20-period moving average. Now, we are in 1998 here. That's where we're starting. We're starting in September of 1998. So we don't have any news from that time. We don't have any on demand where we can go back and look at a single day. We're just going to be going by the chart. And as you can see over here by this ADR, our ADR is in the 3, 4, 2, 1 zone. Now I'm a little nervous because it looks very choppy the way it looks not very liquid. And as you can see, there's a volume over here. As you can see, 2,000, 2,500, 80 shares traded on that day. So this is very illiquid. Hopefully we're going to get some liquidity coming into it. But let's see. Let's go for it. And what I'm really looking for is what I'm becoming more and more cognizant as I go through these is the context and how at the beginning of a move, you kind of get much cleaner breakouts. You get, flags that are shorter in nature. And as the move matures, those flags get a little choppier, they get longer, they get fake outs, and then at the end, you kind of have this blow off where you get a really nice setup right at the end. So that's kind of my mindset going into this and what I want to focus on. So let's zoom in a little bit here. Make sure we are recording. Yes, we are. All right, let's do this. A little bit more zoomed in. Okay, so we just broke the 200. All the moving averages are grouped up right there. And the stock market is down here, this SPY, that is going down. And we're still going down, so not a lot we're looking at. Huge volume day there. Again, we're not going to get to know really what the news is on these big volume days, but we'll just see what happens. Wow, so I started it right as a nice down move happens. I was not aware of that. All right, we're getting some tight-bodied action here. We're under the 65 here. We're just over the 50 and the 20. So, I mean, this is not looking too bad. I really don't like to take flags that are below the 200 moving average, especially one that is descending. But I have a feeling that this one is going to work. So would you take this flag here? I'm going to stick with my rules because this is what I would normally do if I was trading the stock market. But, this isn't bad. Would you take this? This is the first flag off the bottom. If this is the bottom, we could make new lows again, but we'll see. All right, we had a breakout right here. You can kind of see it. We had a gap up and then just immediate failure. And we broke lower, and then we're back into the range, still making a range, huge volume there, then a big gap up. So this was the breakout day. As you can see, if you were trading this, you might have gotten stopped out that day. You were looking at this and thinking, maybe this is no good. Now, nice big gap up. Let's see if we get follow through. We do. We gap up again. Yeah, all right. Now we're above the 200 MA and we are looking strong. All right. Let's hope we get some setups here, because that's what we're looking for. So we're going sideways. Again, I'm really cognizant of the fact that flags might be shorter. I would want to wait for a 15, 18 bar, maybe 22 bar flag. But right now we have, it's hard to see, but we have a 7 bar flag. Maybe a couple more bars and we're in business. Okay, we gap down. Let's see what happens. We're right back into the range. All right. I think we buy at 192. This high is 191.25. Let's put our buy stop at 192 and see how we do. All right, we are filled. We are looking good. So if you had your stop at the low of the day on this day, you wouldn't have been stopped out. Normally for these, I like to have a little bit looser of a stop just as we're learning. So I probably would have put my stop below this big white bar here around 180. So we're looking at a 12-point stop there. But let's see what happens. You would have been stopped out if you use the traditional Chris method. You would have been stopped out on this day. And volume is starting to come in. You can see definitely a difference in the volume. So things have changed in this here REIT. All right. I think we're coming back to here. I think I'm going to get out of half at the open of the next day. That was a good exit. So I got out of half at 197. 5-point winner on a 12-point stop. That's not really a great trade, but let's see if we can hold this 20. If not, we're going to get out. Yeah, we did not. We closed below the 20, so we're out there. We exited at a close of 182, so almost hitting our stop, really. So yeah, that was probably maybe a break-even trade, probably slightly losing. See what happens. It was a good exit, though. We kept coming down. So now we're starting to get something of a flag here. You could kind of see something like this, maybe. Let's see if we can get a tight bar and maybe another opportunity. So we did get a tight bar. It's a little hard to see, but it's an inside bar, which means it's theoretically tight compared to the bar before, but it's not super tight. But still, I'm going to go with our last entry at let's see, what's the high of this bar? 191.25 again. I feel like that was the high back here. 191.25. Wow, look at that. High of this bar and that bar is the same. All right, I'm going to go with 192 as an entry. Let's see what happens. Very tight bar there. That's really good. Oh, did I get in? What? No, 191.25. Again, 191.25. That is super resistance. There we go. So we gapped up, came back in. Let's say we got in, around the open, maybe a little bit better. Let's say 193.25-ish. So we had a little bit of slippage there on our entry. And let's say our stop is, 186. So we're doing, what is that? 7-point stop. See what happens. We got down to a low of 187, 186, I said. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking. Man, there's just no volume here. That breakout had no volume whatsoever. I'm going to get out of half on the next day open. Oof. We opened at 191.25. So took a small loss on half of it. Let's see what the next day. Yeah, we would have got out the other half at the open on 183.28. So another loss. This is not starting off well. This is very very chaotic, this trading here. I mean, we had a tight range. We broke out above it. We came back, got people long, stopped those people out, broke out again, coming back into range. Just not fun. And this can happen. This is kind of why we probably don't trade REITs very often, but let's see what happens. All right, we're coming back. Man, we were just building this range. Let's remove this drawing. I mean, maybe something. No. This is a tough one. I want to buy if it gets over 197.50. But what I'm seeing from this is that breakouts are not working. Although it is riding the 65 now. So let's give it one more bar and see before we put an order in. Okay, it's drifting up. for sure. Volume is not there. The S&P 500, one sec. The S&P 500 is close to its highs. So I don't know. Let's say 197 entry, and we'll see 197.50 entry. We'll see what happens. Gaps down. We're in February too. Not that that matters much. All right. Pop and drop. Still just no volume. Very sparse. ADR around the 4 or 5 range. All right, we're breaking lower, and we had a huge volume day. 488,000 as it came and hit the 200. So this might really give a change of character in the stock. I mean, it made all the other volume bars just look like nothing. Main market is breaking out to new highs. This is 1999, all right? We're getting into tech run, baby. Okay, coming back up. Still just messing around with these moving averages. All right, so we broke out to 200. I'm going to put a pullback entry at like 195. 195.50. I'm going to put a pullback entry and see what happens. Didn't get it. Wow. So we missed it. What would you have done? Would you have kept your 198 entry that I was talking about earlier, 194 entry? But yeah, we definitely missed it. And this is a great looking breakout. This day here, man, volume is so important. This day here, where this volume changed, that was the change of character. As soon as that happened, look at what happened. It just goes parabolic. There was an entry in here. This was kind of like 2 little tight days that you could have got into. It wasn't a great entry, but it was an entry. So let's see what happens. Maybe it'll give us another one. All right. So let's see if we can get tight with another couple bars. 1 bar, 2 bars. All right. Let's see. We got 14 bar flag right at the beginning of its move, right at the beginning of this huge volume expansion. So let's put a buy for 3. Let's put a buy at the top of this bar, 314. All right, we're in. I'm going to put my first exit at like 345. And we got in at 314. Let's put our stop below this tiny little bar here, low at 289. So 24 point stop or so. And let's take 30% off at 340. Ooh, that doesn't look good. High 331. We broke out above that and closed back down. So that makes me definitely a little nervous. I'm getting out of 30% at the open of the next day. Yeah, that was good. Good exit. Open was 326.25. So we pulled out 12 points there, and we got 70% of our position left. Definitely getting out if it closes below the 20. All right. So we might have gotten out that day, but we're definitely out here at a close of 296.25. So again, just kind of like a do nothing trade. I mean, we got a little bit of profit just like the other ones, but we didn't get the follow through. And the context of this trade is this guy doesn't like to make clean flags. It makes these long, silly ranges and then breaks out when you least expect it. And well, that's the stock market. But we are actually getting a nice kind of flag here. So let's see, maybe we'll get something else. All right, we got some tightness. That looks actually really good, doesn't it? Stopped some people out, came back, didn't really make new highs, and then now we're tight again. So let's put an entry at 320. Super tight. All right, we're in at 320. That is a very nice flag here. Like this is textbook. These things snap too, and so sometimes they don't look right. But anyway, I'll draw it later. 320 is our entry. I'm going to wait 3 to 5 days because this is breaking out to new highs. We should get some follow through here. Yep. All right, slowing down there. Going to get out of 30% on the next day close, not the next day open. Okay, next day close, we got out of 30% at 341. So we said our entry was 320-ish. Nice, that'd be a 20-point winner. Let's say our stop is below 302 or 302 or so. Okay, let's see what happens. Definitely looks like it's riding these 20 MAs or 10 and the 20 MA. All right, coming back in. Okay, good. Finally, some follow through. I'm going to get out of the last 20% for the half of our position that we want to get out of before we just trail it at the open of the next day. So good. So last part, let's see, 345, 90. So 345. So 25 points profit on half of our position or so. Then let's just trail it now with the 20 and see how we can do. Yeah, grinding higher. All right. Got stopped out here, close at 330. So this was actually a profitable trade. Wasn't that great of a profitable trade. I mean, we're not making a ton of money on this one, but that wasn't bad. Finally got a winner. I don't think we're probably profitable on this stock in that our other losers always had part taken off and we got part of the profit out of it. So they weren't like full losses, but we're not super happy. And this is just grinding. All right, we had a gap down. Ooh, good exit, huh? I mean, this exit, it looked like, oh man, it was early, but yeah, this little rally back up above the 20 was a lie. Going sideways here. And where are we? We're getting towards the end of 1999. All the moving averages are grouping up, which is nice. All right, so we kind of have this range built between 260 to 335-ish. So you could buy at 326 as a pop above these moving averages. It kind of gives you a lot of space, and there's a gap fill here as well. Let's put a buy order at like 325-ish, and if we get a gap up, we're going to take it. Did that fill us? High 327. So that filled us. Not exactly where I want to be. I'm going to put a stop at 300, at 299 or so, but not feeling good about this one at all. I'm scared to go one more bar, but I'm going to. Okay, we're still tight. Okay, we're actually holding that. I'm getting out of half, probably around break even. Let's see. Close was around 314. I'm getting out of half at the open of the next day just to lower the position on this. It's really tough to see here. There we go. So close open of this day was 318. So about half, about 7-point loss or so. Let's see. All right, here we go. Our low was 312, so not hitting that 298 stop region. All right, we're breaking out. So we got half. Profitable. It's grinding higher. That's what we like to see. We want to see this gap fill at 354. Getting really close to closing below that 20. All right, I'd get out this day. Close 318. So really not much. Just a small loss there, but let's see what happens. Frustrating. This thing's probably going to just moon from here, right? No, came back in. Super tight. Look at how tight all these moving averages are. October, we're into of 1999. Okay, if it can get back above this bar here, I think we might be good to go. So a high of 339.38. Let's buy at 338. Ooh, did that hit it? 340. Actually, this hit it probably. No, 337. So that got us in and then closed lower. Getting out the next day. just for a small loss probably. Yeah, got out the next day at the open, 323. All right, 15-point loss on that one. These numbers sound big, but you would be sized appropriately so that it wouldn't be a gigantic loss. You would have low size on this just because of how big the ranges are. But this is looking good actually. Like this looks like a flag. Definitely going to buy again if we get over the high of 340.31. There we go. So we would have bought on this day. Let's have our stop be 329-ish. So 331, no, 341, 329. So got about a 12-point stop there. Let's see what happens. All right. Now, because of how this thing has been working, I want to get out of half on the open of the next day. I mean, this thing is so wily. So let's get out of half on the open of the next day. Yeah, the open was 364. So our entry 342. So yeah, 22 points. That's not bad for a 12-point stop. Looking good. All right, now we're talking. Oh, finally, all those little tries, and we finally get the big breakout. We're in at 342 on half of the position, and it's up to 493. Nice, 150 points. Let's keep rolling. We're just gonna trail it with the 10 because this thing is going, or not. Close 422. That would have been a respectable trade. Very respectable. Look at that volume spike. So pretty nice. Let's see if we get any other flags here. Man, pops right back up. This just wants to go up. This is an interesting flag pattern. This one where it kind of dips down and then rallies back up and then goes sideways there. A couple more days sideways. I almost want to buy over the highs. No, we're just grinding. Nice. This pattern I see in some of the strongest stocks where you get a huge move, it comes down, and then it just kind of grinds higher. And when it gets towards the highs, it breaks out to even higher highs. It just surprises everybody because nobody believes when it's doing this that it's very strong. I keep thinking, oh, it's going to come back down to this 20, but no, it just keeps going. Wow, another nice little short flag there. Man, this thing is just all over the place. This is technically a breakout day. You kind of have this this line there, but let's not really interested because it's getting very squirrely. It's just riding the 10 higher, up to 1,000 now. Oh my goodness. Bam, big breakdown. 120 went from almost 1,100 down to 900, 200 points. This is nice. Where could we have gotten in? If you got in here, you did get stopped out there with the 20. This was a nice area to get in. Probably had a 500 to 630-ish gain. But yeah, this was tough to get into. It's just REITs, man. All right, this actually looks decent. Do we want to get into it? One last hurrah. Like I said at the beginning, sometimes you can get the best setup right at the end. So what do you say we buy at 1,036? All right, we're in. Let's put our stop below this breakout day. I don't want to mess around. Let's see if we can get some parabolic move here. Nope. Stopped out. All right, let's see if the move is over or if it's going to keep going higher. Dang, keeps going higher. After it comes back to the 50. Pullback stock, not a breakout stock. Ooh. It is definitely downtrending. It can't even get above that 50. It's on the 65, trying to gets over the 65. Is it going to hold it though? Okay. All right. This is actually kind of a decent little flag, but it's just so wide and loose. Volume's really dropped off. Huge volume in here. All right. Very tight. Oh, there's a little breakout day after some super tight action there. This is very orderly here. Nice orderly rise, and then a little bit of tight action popped up. See how it does not. So you can just see it kind of changed in that, man, every breakout is getting sold off. I mean, that's kind of been the whole story of this stock, but okay. I think we're done. Yes, we are going down. So let's zoom out and just take a look at the whole move. So we started in here, had a nice breakout underneath. I mean, this was a nice breakout day. It ended up working out fantastically. Really, this was almost the most profitable flag in the whole move. Where did the bar go? I don't know. And then this move was tough to take. You had a little bit of a potential right there you could have got into, and that was a fantastic 82% run. And then this flag was, I thought, one of the better ones, and it had a couple days of follow through, and we definitely took this one, and this was probably the best one. Super tight in there. I mean, that's going to be the picture for the video. This flag right here is just kind of perfection. But after that, it gets much crazier. We get a long thing, but then we did catch this one. This one was very nice. Got a long range that it built here with this gap above that it could fill. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Not traditional flag for sure, but it was a range, and it broke out well and paid well. And then it stopped us out right there, which just sucks. Stopped us out right there when it closed below the 10. If I'd trailed it with the 20, would have got it, another 200 points. It's always tough to know which to trail it with, right? Which would you have trailed it with? Would you have trailed it with the 20 in this case? And then it just kept going higher, and that was pretty much the end of the move. It did not have a final. I thought maybe this would be a final flag with a blow-off top. Didn't do that. So that's about it for this one. Let's see. Finishing thoughts here. I'm still, really learning about context of stocks and where it is within the move. We don't usually trade REITs as growth names, and this might be a good example of why. This REIT didn't move very nicely. We got chopped up a lot. The lesson of this stock was take more profits fast, because every breakout that we took went for 1 or 2 days and then reversed hard. And so we ended up taking these really small little losses or break-even trades. We did get a couple trades that weren't bad, but it wasn't that feel-good, yes, we got 100% winner. We got something like that. We never really got that. We got that one big trade that was pretty good. But what trades would you take? Let me know. If you like this kind of content, subscribe below, like it, and I'll see you guys next time.